Ruse Radio.
It's like being a director, like a movie director. Like you can watch a movie, and if you're into directors, you can tell, like, oh, this is I see how Martin Scorsese, like this is a Martin Scorsese film because of this, or this is, Quentin Tarantino film. You don't have to even know that it was that, but if you just jump into the middle of the movie, you're like, this looks familiar.
Right.
This has something. And then today, with the music, for me, it's just, and I think this happens as you get older and everyone says it. I do love music. So I got like Spotify, just to let everyone know. I listen to Spotify and I have it discover me songs weekly. And that's all I listen to. And if I like a song, I like it. And I don't even know what genre it is. It's probably like house, but blues. I mean, different stuff. I don't even know who these fucking people are. But I'll drive and I'm like, oh, I like this song, and I'll just press like. Now I got 500 songs. But back to my point is, nowadays with movies and music, I think everything is just thrown down this, and it was happening in my era too, but it's put into a factory, and the factory just washes it of everything authentic and then gives you what you think you like to hear. And so when you put on a movie now, you can't name who fucking directed it because it all looks the same.
Yeah.
And with music, it's the same thing until you have that authentic person step into the realm.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is a bit different. This is a bit different. I like it. For some reason, it's making me feel nostalgic. I don't even know this person, but it's home. It's like home, for the senses. And I think that's what we're missing a lot of. And that can go. And anywhere, you can go with that with food. You can go to fucking any fast food place, they all taste the same. But if you step into a mom and pop shop that's cooking their own shit, you're like, this tastes different.
Yeah.
And I think that we need more people like you. You're young, but your voice, everything. I mean, the stuff I saw today, I'm like, this is the shit that people need to hear.
Thank you.
At least the younger kids need to hear it before they're fucking whitewashed with whatever is whitewashed the term. I don't even mean that.
See, the problem is I try not to be a hater, but I agree with everything you're saying, right? Like I try my very, and I'm not saying you're being a hater, but just I try my very.
I am. I'm like I am to a certain degree. I am, and I stand by it. Like I am hating on certain things, and that's the thing about art. You can hate it, and I hate the process shit, but go on.
Well, I was just because I know it sounds egotistical for me to go that direction and say I'm doing something that no one else is doing and this and that. But I do truly think that I don't know, it makes me question because I think partially what's happening is you have algorithms determining the way we think. It's backwards. It's supposed to be the way we think determines the algorithm, but it actually has all turned around, and now we're trained by algorithms, and the algorithms figure us out. Like think about it. If you're somebody who scrolls, so how often does an algorithm determine what you're about to see? If that's true, you scroll and you spend 30 minutes scrolling on an explore page or whatever, you have just allowed that algorithm to determine the 30 minutes of your life. It picked it for you. It curated it for you. It decided your personality in a sense. And I think when we condition ourselves to that all the time, like we do with social media all the time, we become that, and then art suffers. And I think that on a grand scale, that's probably part of what's happening. But it's just you can't really... It's hard to imagine. It's hard to conceptualize. You can't see it.
Yeah.
You can't really see it. So you can never prove it. You can never do a study.
Yeah.
But just how could it not be?
No, they've done
that. There's all these other fucking influence. I mean, just they have done studies at least on, I guess, with girls and their confidence and all this and how social media affects that. They've done studies like this for sure.
Well, they saw that documentary. But before I go to that, when you're talking about not being egotistical, ego has such a negative connotation to it.
I think there's value to ego for sure.
There is huge value to ego, especially if you're a performer. Yeah. And to start things out by saying, and it's humble to say, but it's not true. To say I don't want to sound egotistical, but to say that I want to sound different. Yeah, of course you do, bro. And as a comic, I want to be authentic. Yeah. I want to be...
Well, one thing though, I think you set yourself up in this weird way when you say... I'm different, I'm the best. I think you're just setting yourself up. You're putting these expectations so high, and that's more what I try not. I think I'm just almost like, oh, I don't want to burn myself out like that.
Well, but it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. Now, to think you are the best.
But you also have to think you're the best. With all that being said, you have to have a big ego and think you're the best. A rapper? Oh my God, I'm the greatest rapper of all time if you ask me.
Yep.
But that's that.
And that's the truest. That's the truest feeling.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
But I guess what I'm saying too is like taking that then and then putting that on everyone else and saying everything else sucks. Because like I do really think there's so much mediocrity, and I don't want anyone to take that personally. But I really do think that, and I almost think it's like a natural state of things. Like to be good, to be actually good and creative and raw and stick out and be that cult of personality, you do have to be something unique. It's like the law of it. You're unique. You stick out. And so I'm pretty sure there's a word for it. I've read about this before. It's like an actual law of nature that exists. Like the top percent, maybe it's like 1%, maybe it's 0.1%, is going to have most of the resources. It's going to dominate whatever industry it's in. You could observe this in any industry, in anything. Yeah. It's not just like it's because people would then say like, I think it's one confusing thing because power structures look like all kinds of things. But if you look at power structures going all the way back, the one that's always the same is whatever the thing that dominates gets all the resources. And I think it's going to happen with talent too. I think pure talent dominates and sticks out in the very end. And like, I think comedy teaches you that in this cool way where it's like you can't lie to yourself because the audience won't lie to you. So like your talent has to win in the end, and that's it'll carry you all the way. It just has to be your talent. Like sure, you can make connections and you can be a hack and kind of do those things, but even then, that's not going to last forever. It's really your talent that's going to carry you forever.
The mediocrity thing, I think.
It's everywhere.
But some people, I think, like you said, like, oh, I'm the best and I don't want to have to bestow that on anyone else. That's the annoying part, to be like, hey, I'm the best. Listen to me. And I think everyone else is garbage or mediocre.
When people heard that before, too.
And that sounds dickish, but I'll tell you what, man, there are a ton of people, and again, like you said, the 1% that rises to the top. But those 99%, I would say 85% of them are happy being mediocre. There are performers out there that are like so happy and content. And there's nothing wrong with it, being just entertaining to the point where they're like, I make decent stuff because I enjoy it to this level. And I know that that's where I stay. And whatever I try to do, I can't get to that level. And that's a humble fucking feeling. And with sports, it's like that. Like, you join a tournament, let's say. You join a tournament, you know right off the bat, you're going to try your hardest. You want to win. But you got 3 or 4 teams that are going to dominate this tournament. And you're like, okay, so what am I doing here? And if that's the case, like, then there should be no tournament. But it's entertaining for everyone, and everyone is happy being involved. But there are those 2 teams that really think they're the shit. And they think they're going to walk away with it. And that's where you get the beauty of life, because they're eventually going to meet each other. And they truly believe that they're going to win the game. And that's the only time you get the passing, fleeting moment of like a special moment, dude. It's just special.
Been too long, I don't think I could face it. In the corner with my mask on. What's the story? It did do no good to waste it. 30 seconds till it's blast off. Throw some dollars on my back.